Here we are yet again, and this time we are on Arena, which is a nice change. And of course, you also get some different civilizations, which is nice. So let's have a look at who we've got. In the red, playing as the Turks, we have W4hya. I really want to say it's W4hya though, because I'm thinking the 4's meant to be like an A kind of thing. W4hya. So it's probably going to be that for the game. So playing as Turks, definitely a good castle, probably late imp civ. Definitely got a lot of dangerous things they can do there. Even early imp, if they've got the gold, they can do a lot of damage with it. But I'm expecting to see a relatively fast castle being on arena. So I don't think he's going to really have the gold and resources to get up to a nice early kind of imp. I'm expecting that, yeah, it's going to be a lot more strapped for resources, unless he goes for some kind of a big boom play. But if he decides to kind of go for a no eco kind of thing, drop a castle, spam some Janissaries, yeah, it's really going to depend on how long the game goes for and what his opponent decides to do. And on that note, opponent being Jon Snow, I just love saying that. Playing as the Koreans in the green. Looks like we are seeing some of this wall get deleted off because, well, we don't really need the back one. So let's have a quick look at the map. We really want to see where those relics are to start with. Relics, we have one inside Jon Snow's base, another one here, another here. So we've actually got 3 really close to Jon Snow right now. That's going to make probably a big difference. Just checking out the rest of it, nothing too bad. 2 wolves over there, hopefully no one goes there. Another 2 over there. And another one over here. So all the relics really are looking like they should be around Jon Snow. He should be able to pick up most of them, actually. So that's an interesting one. And actually, we've got this nice little back passage here for W4hya. And he really didn't luck out with the relics in this one. Jon Snow's got so many so close to him. Just to his walls, which is really nice. So he's definitely going to have the bonus there, unless W4hya can get out nice and early and just pick up some of these relics. So that could be a real late game changer there. Jon Snow, he does have his stone towards the front here. He does have another one in the back though, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. His gold is towards the back as well, so is his berry and his lumber camp. So he's looking quite good, honestly. I don't think anything too bad is going to be able to happen to him. He does have a nice gold here as well as this, well, berries here. Map's definitely quite nice for him actually, so he's going to be able to do quite a bit. He does actually have another gold out the back here, so really he's going to be pretty well defended by these walls. It's going to be pretty much they're going to have to come through this kind of area here to get to his economy, because most of it's going to be in the back. So that's always a nice one. Over here for W4hya, this gold on the front here, definitely not nice, especially if a castle gets pegged here. Just drop that castle there, it's going to negate this gold, this stone, and it's just going to make life not so easy, as well as this gold over here could be locked down. Actually, there's a relic right there. Didn't see that before. But this gold over here, again, could get locked down with any kind of archer units, maybe crossbows. And then he's only got... Has he got one in here? He has one in the back here, but apart from that, not so nice. So definitely, if Jon Snow decides to drop a castle here and kind of defend this one over here, it's going to be really hard for W4hya to do anything. All of his gold and resources are really outside here. There is, though, a stone mine here, which is nice, so he'll be able to get a castle up, but without this gold, he's not going to be able to do anything with it. So we're really going to have to see what Jon Snow decides to actually do here. And as we know, W4hya is playing as the Turks, and Turks are really heavy gold civ. They have not the best trash in the world at all. So, well, if Jon Snow could lock down all this gold, it's going to be pretty much GG for W4hya, honestly. So let's actually have a look for W4hya right now. 25 population, and probably just about to go up now as soon as he finishes this villager. Sounds about right to me. I do think that Jon Snow is going up, but no, he's not. Looks like he's going to be going for a 27 up, by the looks of things. Yep, up on 27. W4hya up on 27 as well. Beautiful. So they'll be up soon, and they're going to be able to kind of use their economy nicely at this point. It does have the 4 forages there. Got 2 on gold already. 2 on gold for W4hya as well. So we're definitely going to be seeing a fast castle out of them. Nothing ridiculous. We're not going to see any kind of... because you can see a few things if you can get like a sheep or something under the gate to keep it open. There's a few things like that. Sometimes you see a few archers come in if there's like gold or forage bushes on the edge of the wall, and you can see a little bit of harassment with that. But in this map, really everything's too nicely laid out, apart from just all this resource placement for W4hya right now. It's just going to be hell for him. Saying that, actually, has Jon Snow spotted this? He has spotted that one and that one, which is nice. And yeah, do you spot that gold there? Nope. So we're hitting the feudal age now, and there's Jon Snow just then, and market and our blacksmith. Where is our blacksmith? There we go. Perfect. Market blacksmith for you as well, which is nice, and creating those 2 villages, of course. And not so much else on gold. He is going for stone, so it looks like we will be seeing castle from you. And are you on stone yet? Not on stone. This could be interesting. Could go for some kind of a boom here. It could be really interesting if this plays out like I think it's going to. He's going to stone. No. Jon Snow just upping then. Whya already ahead of him. Does have 450 stone. Only needing another 200 to get that castle up. And of course, as Turks, once you get that castle up, you can really start doing some damage with those Janissaries. Because for a castle age unit, they are extremely strong, which is absolutely great. Especially if you manage to just absolutely mass them. And if your opponent hasn't realized that you can have a siege workshop, which is always funny. And of course, I have left my Voobly on, so we're going to be hearing people log in. Hopefully nobody's trying to talk to me. And it looks like the scouting information is getting good. Let's actually check if they all know where the relics are. Yep, they've scouted most of the relics, which is kind of nice. Whya has kind of realized how hard it's going to be for him. And yes, more relics there. Perfect. So it's going to be interesting to see if they try and control the middle to get those relics in quickly, or if we just see a complete drop on the frontier for Whya, or a defensive castle kind of thing here to kind of defend that gold. And saying that, he's just gone up. And he does have enough for a castle. And yes, he's going for the defensive castle here. It is going to be defending the gold, sorry, which is actually exactly what he really needs. Because like I've said, this map it's not the best one at all for him. There could be a lot of harass. And with this castle coming up here, it's going to do wonders for defending this gold. Jon Snow, yes, town center there. And we should be seeing another one somewhere soon. Jon Snow, yes, he should be going for a second one by the looks of it, because he has 100 less stone, unless he had to sell it to go up. There we go, so it is going up. I just missed it by a little bit by the looks of it. Town center up for him, and another one over here, so 3 town center boom by the looks of it for Jon Snow. Another town center actually going up for Whya over here, which is going to be nice. It's going to keep him a little bit there, because otherwise Jon Snow could definitely get ahead by a lot, but with this castle out, it should be kind of nice to do some damage with. Is going for some Janissaries by the look of it. Villagers are coming forward. Are we going to see a siege workshop go down? What are we waiting on? We're waiting on wood. House, of course. Keep those villagers up the front busy. I think we're just waiting on the resources for a siege workshop to get something in here. Of course, that free light cavalry upgrade can be absolutely great. Monk actually coming out now to try and collect these relics. If Whya realizes this, he might be able to kill it off, and that's going to be kind of painful. Monastery going up here, so it looks like we're going to be seeing some kind of a monk push. Maybe get all these relics and kind of sit around here with monks, try and defend that. And ooh, that's going to hurt. Scouts going the wrong way right now. How are we looking population wise? We've got 43 for Whya, and that relic is coming in right now for Jon Snow. Jon Snow on 43, so it's actually pretty close, but he does have that 3rd town center out, so he's going to be able to get a lot more villages out, of course, if he decides to actually build them. Over here, 2 town centers. Is he going for a 3rd? Not yet. I don't think he's going to have the resources for a 3rd for a while, because he has just put this monastery up over here. And he's collecting that relic there, which is nice. 5 Janissaries out, which means they're going to be is pretty well done at this stage, considering the fact that Jon Snow has no army whatsoever out. So he's going to be able to do a lot with that. Hopefully he's going to be able to just hold all these relics, which is exactly probably what he was trying to do, because, like I've said, those relics really make a difference in the late game. And let's have a look. Jon Snow, has he noticed? He hasn't noticed these buildings here yet, or the Janissaries, which is going to be helpful. He might even be able to kill off this monk here, and if he does, that's 100 gold. Just gone. So that'll be really helpful. Whya is still in the lead right now. Another town center actually going down for Jon Snow, going for that 4 town center. Definitely going for a big eco here by the looks of it, and still looking at Whya. Nothing there. Looks like this guy here has got it, and it looks like this monk's going to be moving out across here. And that scout light cavalry there might just pick it up. And yeah, he's going to get it by the looks of it. And as we know, light cavalry extremely effective versus monks. And Petard actually out right now for Whya. Going for another one as well. As we know, 2 Petards can take down a chunk of wall, which is all he actually needs, especially if he gets in here. Janissaries, of course, having 8 range to start with, so Town Center 6, they can definitely just sit around here and just pick off farming villages, move around, try and kill off a few of these lumberjacks. So definitely a good plan for him if he can get in here and do some damage. Of course, Jon Snow, I don't think he still has any kind of military buildings up yet. None at all by the looks of it. So he knows where he stands right now. And if these 2 Petards just bump into this wall, this could be really bad. We're actually going to... I reckon we should watch this from Jon Snow's point of view and see how quickly he can actually react to it. And here come the Petards by the look of it. Janissaries are moving up. Alright, see how quickly he can react and how he deals with this. So they should be hitting around here. Unless he's decided to move them somewhere else. And here we go, so he should see this red blob on his minimap now. And here they come. And there we go. Alright, so he's noticed, well he should notice now, hopefully. Warlock going down over here, very smart, not going to be able to come through here. If Janissaries come past here, they're going to get hit by the town center. Same goes with here. Definitely a good idea there to wall that section there off. Very quick thinking from him. Tower coming up over here as well. Another good thing, especially utilizing the Koreans. They get those free upgrades on the towers. So that's going to be really actually helpful. He's done quite well here, actually. Definitely a good defense kind of thing. Losing 2 villages now. Nearly a third. Ooh, that's been close. This one over here, maybe. And it looks like Janissary is taking a bit of damage, 44 HP on them, so not the biggest amount in the world. And of course, only 1 armor. Siege Workshop, of course, going to be able to get that mangonel to defend. And that tower there looks like it's going to be finished off. No, yes, there we go. Of course, that tower's going to be really helpful because it's got enough range to kind of secure these farming areas. So that's going to be nice and helpful for him. This wall off over here going to be absolutely just tremendous in the amount of harassment it's going to stop. Siege Workshop as well, once we get that mangonel out, it's pretty much going to force the Janissaries out or to deal with it. So that's going to be kind of a hard thing to do. And how many relics have we got over here for Whya? We have 2. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Unless, of course, he hasn't picked up the one back in his base yet. And how have you done? You should only have... And 2, so we're on 2 each. It's not too bad. 8 plus 2 range on this tower here, so that's definitely going to be keeping those Janissaries out of here. Loaded up with villages, it's going to be doing a lot of damage, and it's going to be keeping them out of there, which is exactly what he wants. Over on this side, the economy for Jon Snow at the moment is still pretty good, but Whya is still up in the score right now. He's got 3 town centers up, so he's managing to deal with this kind of big boom from Jon Snow. However, Jon Snow just took a massive lead, actually. Let's check 69 population for Whya and 78 for Jon Snow. But you've got to remember as well, Jon Snow has no military out apart from this mangonel at the moment. So all of that population is pretty much villages, which is going to be absolutely amazing when he decides to move into some kind of big military push. And here come those Janissaries garrisoning that town centre in time there. Absolutely beautiful play. Definitely keeping a good eye on these guys. Light cavalry there. Looks like moving on to the next gold mine, which is nice. A few villages around here just look like they're just bumping a little bit. And he actually grabbed that one quite quickly, actually. That's very well done. And spreading out right now, because he knows this mangonel is here. The monk there as well could just be for the vision, actually, because monks actually do have a great line of sight, like we can see there. So that's really helpful, of course. And it looks like he's starting to do a bit of damage to some of these houses. Could actually take them out if Jon Snow doesn't move on it, which he really can't, because unless he moves a mangonel out. And a castle coming up here, this is pretty much going to stop any kind of push from Whya right now, unless he has siege, and I don't think he wants that at all right now. Saying that though, Whya is going up to the Imperial Age at 27 minutes, that's not too bad. Jon Snow not going up yet, he does have a lot better population. If we actually look, Jon Snow on 90, 73 for Whya, so that's quite a big difference. But saying that, once Whya goes up, especially as the Turks, he's going to be able to get out some of those bombard cannons, he's going to be able to get out bombard towers, all that kind of dangerous stuff that that's just absolutely great for just pinning your opponent down, especially if he just decides to move in with some bombard towers. Even bombard cannon's going to be absolutely ridiculous to try and deal with if he's not Imperial Age. They are a really annoying one to try and deal with, especially as Koreans. And what's the plan here by the looks of it? Moving forward, is he going to re-wall this? Let's actually have a look. Yes, re-walling over here, which is kind of nice. Monk might pick it up though, so he might move forward with some of these Janissaries. Just moving forward with one. Unless his rally point's set over there. Yeah, his rally point's set to there. Still though, if Hya was probably paying attention to the minimap, he could have seen this going on, because the Monk definitely had vision range, and he definitely could have killed off a few villagers there if he brought all those Janissaries forward. 2 Mangonels actually out for Jon Snow now, which is great, because of course, as we do know, the Koreans do get a bonus on their Mangonel, and that is awesome. Looks like we've got a Ford Castle and a Siege Workshop coming up. It looks like we're going to see some kind of push from Hya soon. And of course, going up into the Imperial, that's definitely going to be pretty much the thing. Once Jon Snow sees that, he's probably going to realize he's going to have to do something about it. He's going up to Imperial himself, but hasn't really done anything yet. Still, he has not a lot of military production. He's really only just got this Siege Workshop in this castle here. Whether or not he decides to go for war wagons, we're going to see in a sec, I am sure. Turks pushing in again, going to be able to actually kill a few of these villagers. And yeah, getting a few there. Nice spread, of course, because, well, they're not the most accurate unit in the world. Hasn't moved forward with these Mangonels yet. Just now losing 2-3 villagers there. And actually being attacked by a wolf over here, putting that karate training to a use. And how we... Ooh! That was actually extremely lucky there. And killing both of those Mangonels, that was really lucky there for Jon Snow. And for Hya, sorry, over here, that he didn't lose heaps of Janissaries there. I was expecting to see heaps of them gone. Hya hitting the Imperial Age now, Trebuchet coming out, and any other plans that I can see? Trebuchet, no siege, looks like he's just going to be relying on this Trebuchet. Castle coming up here. But of course, that Trebuchet is going to be able to put a lot of pressure on it. Even these Janissaries are actually just going to be able to do a nice little bit of damage to try and keep the castle down a bit. So that's going to be quite interesting, especially once this Trebuchet is created. Lots of idle villages there, actually. And it's going to be an interesting one if we actually check what Jon Snow's doing. What's your plan right now? Is it going to be... Yes, war wagons is the plan. Definitely a good choice. Looks like the castle's actually going to be pretty hurt coming up, especially once this Trebuchet gets onto it. And realizing that it should be just about done. Looks like it's going to be lacking about 500 hit points, which isn't too bad really. Saying that, yeah, it's about 700, 600. Trebuchet is out though, and that's going to force Jon Snow actually out to deal with this, which means that really the engagement's in Hya's favour right now, because he's forcing Jon Snow to come out to him, where he's got his castle, he's got his Janissary, he's got his Siege Workshop. Saying that, there's actually the Bombard Cannon. And how do you deal with this, Jon Snow? What is the plan? Siege Workshop coming up here, castle here, Onager research happening. Definitely a good thing to do against Turks, especially when they've got a lot of Janissaries out in the field. Another Trebuchet actually up for Hya right now, and this is going to be an interesting one, because as we know, Jon Snow does have a better economy, but is he going to have the military to deal with this? That's what we really want to know. He might just spam Onagers for a bit and see if he can kind of stay in there. As we do know, though, Bombard Cannons can do a lot of damage versus Onagers. Mangonel coming out, another Mangonel there. Looks like these guys could be in trouble if this Mangonel gets a good hit, which it might. No retreating out of there by the looks of it. And of course, having the same range at the moment is absolutely great. And actually rebuilding this, but 2 Trebuchets and a Bombard Cannon, probably not going to be able to keep that one up. There we go, losing that one there. Hya's starting to take a bit of a score lead here. Could continue pushing this, actually. Jon Snow, come on, we need a plan. And of course, Siege Onager being one of the most expensive researchers in the game, not happening yet. Come on, what's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan? You've got Siege Workshops, but what else do you have? I think he's just going to be relying on Onagers here for a while. This could go extremely badly or extremely well. It's going to be a close one. Conscription being researched, which is going to be quite nice. Ooh, if these guys... Ooh, I think he saw those Onagers coming forward. If they unpacked there, could have been a lot of damage dealt by these Onagers. Definitely able to take out trebuchets quite quickly. And Janissaries. Yes, there we go. All getting healed up nicely. Jon Snow, come on, man. We need a plan here. What's happening? Barracks, barracks, barracks. Could be going for champions. Of course, Janissaries don't get a bonus versus them, but they're still good against them. This could be interesting, actually, to see where this goes. Looks like this gate here is going to be blasted down soon. And a massive Onager army actually out for Jon Snow right now. Going to be able to hold back those Janissaries for quite a bit. Still, any light cavalry that kind of comes out to deal with them, going to be in trouble. Actually, that's what the barracks could be for. Could be going for halberdiers. That way he can kind of defend the siege onagers from the, of course, the Turkish Hussar, which is pretty much a free well, pretty much, it is a free upgrade. So that could be the plan there. I'm just searching for the plan here. Searching for the plan. Of course, lots coming up, and these onagers sitting here around the castle, definitely nice placement. Very nice, going for the elite tech there, going to want that extra range. And trebuchet, trebuchet, trebuchet. Looks like they're just dealing with this. Come on, what are you doing with these barracks? They're just here. Is he expecting heaps of hussars to come, like, running in, or...? 4 bombard cannons actually there at the moment. That's a lot of gold invested, especially considering these onagers can take them out so quickly if they're not careful. Looks like we do have a Janissary moving forward, trying to get a nice line of vision there. Of course, trebuchet is absolutely great for your line of vision as well. What's happening down here? Oh, pikeman research being done. It looks like that's going to be the plan. It is going to be a Onager pikeman, well, halberdier army, and hopefully he's going to be able to defend the onagers from any kind of thing that's going to kind of run in and try and kill them, and the onagers are going to defend from any of these range units which are grouped up trying to kill the halberdiers. So hopefully that works out well. It's got potential. It's going to really depend on micro though, by both players really, because of course if you can dodge enough with these Janissaries, he's going to do quite well. But if the Mangonel micro is really good, it could go either way. At this point though, Jon Snow absolutely destroying in economy. Which is very nice. He's doing a big difference there. 139 population for him. We're on 131, but of course we're having that massive army at the moment. Jon Snow's about to really just pull ahead, and there's a halberdier upgrade, and there we go, being built now. Let's actually check the upgrades on him. Alright, so he does have the +1 armor, but apart from that, not a lot. +2 armor on the way. Definitely a good idea going for the armor, because they do already get a pretty good bonus versus cavalry. So that armor is really going to help against all these Janissary. Are they elite yet? They are elite Janissary. That's dangerous. And in come the bombard cannons by the look of it. Actually, 5 of them there. In come the Janissaries. It looks like we are going to see a big push here from Weah, especially with the 1000 score lead at the moment to Jon Snow. That's going to be an interesting one to see how he tries and deals with this, because of course that can be quite daunting. Dare to see, Siege Onager has been done. No way that is a cheap, just... Oh, that's going to be really hard to deal with. Onager actually looks like it's going to get a good hit. Nearly killing it. And here we go, by the looks of it, we're about to see the push here. Janissaries are going to be able to take out these halberdiers quite quickly. But once these onagers start to move in, they're going to be forced back. And I don't think he has anything really to deal with these onagers yet. He does have one hussar there, but that looks like it's actually going to die quite soon. Especially now that it's on 6 HP. And, ooh, this is really bad right now for Weah. He's losing way too many units. He's lost all 3 of his trebuchets there pretty much in an instant, losing a lot of these Janissaries, and he's having trouble microing them by the look of it. He did kill off quite a few siege onagers, but that was not worth it when he lost those 3 trebuchets there, because that's 600 gold. That's a lot. And I know siege onagers are expensive too, but they're not 200 gold. That's a lot. Extra siege workshops coming up over here. Halberdiers at the moment as well. Looks like he's just kind of saving up for that all-in death push. Either that or he's going to starve his opponent to death, which is nice. But he does have those 2 relics, and he could go for the 3rd one over here if he wants to. He's not building a new lumber camp. Not lumber camp, gold mining camp for some reason. He is on this one over here, but of course that's overpopulated as hell. And look at that, we can see all the blocking and bumping going on. this side as well, finally building that one up there. Another castle coming up here, and right now I really just think we're waiting on this push from Jon Snow. If he can do enough damage with this, it's going to be over, but if his army gets killed off really quickly, Hya's definitely in for a good shot. But saying that, there's 2,000 score difference right now, and there hasn't exactly been a lot of fighting. But in the fighting Jon Snow's done, he's just destroyed so much of Hya's army. He's really taken a lot of the meat out of it, taking those trebuchets. And of course, the trebuchet coming out for him now, going to be the second one, going to be able to start kind of taking down these castles nice and quickly, which will be helpful, of course. And saying that, we're actually seeing another 2 siege workshops come up. That's pretty heavy. +4 armor on these guys now, so they are going to be taking quite a little bit less bonus from the Janissary. Got to remember as well, from memory, Elite Janissary don't have a bonus against infantry, whereas hand cannoneers do. I'm pretty sure, so... Ooh, the bombard cannon's actually coming up now. Could be bad if these onagers get it within range, because if we look, there's actually a massive onager spam going on at the moment. And here come the halberdiers by the looks of things. Might be saying no +1. Doesn't really want the attack. I think he just wants them there to just look scary so cavalry doesn't run in. But actually saying that, the bombard cannons are getting a bit of damage on them. But the bombard cannons are taking a bit in return, and actually that's going to hurt if these guys keep pushing out, because they're walking into this Janissary fire here. And they might not get a bonus against it, but they still do a lot of damage. It's actually a really good hit there. Of course, the Korean Siege Onager having 11 range, which is absolutely beautiful. And just really annoying when you're playing against it. Looks like these halberdiers actually definitely getting their worth here. They're killing off quite a few of these bombard cannons, and bombard cannons are extremely expensive units. And of course, here come the siege onagers backed up behind there, but did lose a lot of his halberdiers in that fight, and he hasn't been replenishing his numbers so much, so that could work out really badly for him if Hya was to push right now. Especially if he went for some kind of like light cavalry, well, hussar push. Because of course, these siege onagers are pretty much completely undefended now, and looks like they're relying on bombard cannon micro to take out these siege onagers. That monk there's not going to have a good time. Ooh. Definitely relying on these bombard cannons at the moment just to deal with these siege onagers. Especially when these numbers get thinned out. Looks like he's coming in with the Janissaries. This could be bad, potentially. He's going to be able to take him out, but if he takes a few direct hits like that, that's really going to thin out his numbers, and that might actually even be GG. The amount of damage he did there, and just the economy difference, 2,300 points, it's a big one. Especially considering he's just keeping on building the siege onagers. It means the Turks really, their elite Janissary is probably the pretty big backbone of their army, and it just kind of negates that. They really have to, they'll have to be really switched on, have amazing micro, or have something there to deal with those siege onagers. And at the moment, he's kind of just relying on his micro by the looks of things, and hasn't exactly taken the best way. So at the moment, we're just waiting for that big death push, really, from Jon Snow. That's all we really got waiting on. And it looks like he's moving up with some of these siege onagers. And how's he doing on gold? He has a bit left there. He's got none left over here. None left in his base. He does have this one left over here. Does he know that's there, though? I thought he scattered that with the sheep. Yeah, so he does know that's there. He does have one more defended gold site. How's Jon Snow doing? He's got 1 gold left by the looks of things. So this is really going to start getting hard for him soon. Especially because he can't get out here to really grab any gold. He might be able to jump on that one, though. That could be the plan there. So he's going to have to be really resourceful here. And both players are going to have to be utilising that market. And relics, of course. But they're sitting on 2 relics each. And I don't think that Hya actually knows about that one there. And if he loses this monastery on the front line, actually, that means all the relics will probably go to Jon Snow, which isn't going to be good. And here comes the siege onager push by the look of it, and that's looking extremely dangerous, especially because Hya has no real way of dealing with it. 2,500 points currently difference, so this is going to be really hard to deal with. Especially the fact these castles don't outrange the onagers. That's probably going to be one of the big things. It looks like he's moving forward with the bombard cannon, so going to try and get some damage in here. But there's just so many onagers, trebuchets, and what are we seeing? We're seeing a bombard tower actually coming up for Jon Snow right now. And the cap ram there, it looks like he was going for some kind of a push, but I don't think he's going to be able to make it now. Ooh, going to have to rely on that micro. Actually losing 2 bombard cannons there, that's going to be pretty hurtful. And it looks like he's going to lose more. Ooh, we lost one there and nearly a second. That one there might just get in within impact. No. This one here just surviving on 14 health. And the bombard towers are going to be used pretty much to cement this area, I guess. And bombard cannons coming forward. This isn't going to be good. Losing a few Janissaries there. Bombard cannons. Ooh. Still not losing them. Cap rams moving forward. Could be trying to use these to deal with the Onigers, of course, because they do a lot of damage. They can push it. GG from Waya there. He did lose all his bombard cannons, most of his elite Janissaries, so there's not a lot else he can do here, especially with the economy Jon Snow has, and we're just waiting for him to resign now. He's already said that GG. Just lost all his cap rams there in one hit. These siege Onigers just absolutely destroying everything, and looks like he's just practicing his macro now, really. There's just too many Onigers there to really be macroing against. He is taking out a lot of them, but losing a lot of Janissaries in the process. Here comes the Halberdier army right now. And we're just waiting for the... Well, we've seen the GG. We're waiting for the good game. Resign. Of course, they're going to slowly kill off these Janissaries, extremely slowly. And getting ranged there by that bombard tower. And there we go, Waya finally resigning out there. So, definitely Jon Snow's economy there played a big role. And the fact he was so resourceful with his units. Of course, Koreans generally having, well, the best siege Onigers in the game. Apart from, debatably, the Celts, who get that extra HP, but... yeah, there we go. Anyway, it was an interesting one to watch. I hope you enjoyed a bit of arena and some different civs. I'll see you in the next game.